What is the difference between seals and sea lions? The words seal and sea lion are used in similar contexts so often that many people are unsure whether they are one and the same or if they are totally different animals. So what's the truth? Well, that's exactly what we're here to find out. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at these fascinating mammals. Seals. The term seal is often used to refer to any fin-footed mammal of the Pinnipedomorpha clade, a group of bear and weasel-like animals. However, despite hailing from a common ancestor, this group of pinnipeds includes three major families today. The first family is Otobenidae, which is made up of walruses. The second family, Otariidae, is home to eared seals and fur seals. Finally, we have Phocidae, which features earless seals. Taxonomists call the animals in this family true seals. Crawling seal is also an informal term because they are more horizontally inclined than sea lions and fur seals. There are two subfamilies, Monachini and Phocinae, and a total of 19 true seal species. Species in the former subfamily are generally found south of the equator and are therefore called southern seals. Phocinae seals, or northern seals, live in the northern hemisphere. You can find seals in most of the world's oceans, especially the polar waters. Monk seals themselves, part of the Monachini tribe, are the only group of earless seals that dwell in tropical waters full-time. Almost all earless seals live in and around salt water. Almost all, but Siberia's Baikal seal, Pusa sibirica, is the only member of the pinniped clade that lives exclusively in freshwater. All seals are carnivorous, with mixed and specialized diets, hunting strategies, and feeding methods. Generally, their diet consists of fish, crustaceans, krill, and cephalopods. Feeding strategies include classic biting and slicing with teeth, suction, and filter feeding. The latter is largely used to catch krill. The famous leopard seal, Hydrurga leptonix, is a ruthless and cunning predator with broad tastes. They go after fish of various sizes, squid, krill, mollusks, seabirds, penguins, and smaller pinniped species. It is one of the few pinnipeds that can employ any one of the major feeding techniques. Earless seals, as we know them at least, are believed to have emerged sometime during the late Oligocene, roughly 26 million years ago. It was during this time that a beast called Noraphoca gaudini swam the waters. The earliest fossils of this prehistoric seal were found off the coast of Italy, but we are not certain of how widely distributed it was. For a long time, earless seals were believed to have evolved from completely different animals than eared seals and walruses. However, advancements in genetic tracing have shut this theory down. It is far more likely that true seals, sea lions, and walruses share the same lineage. Recently, another late Oligocene, early Miocene pinnipedomorph called Eneliarctos has been put forward as this common ancestor. Interestingly, Eneliarctos was quite closely related to bears and mustelids, aka the weasel and otter family. Seals vary quite significantly in appearance and behavior. As far as the former, size, coloration, skeletal structure, and facial features are usually the main differences between species. The smallest species is arguably the ringed seal, Pusa hispida. These lovable critters have an average body length of 3.8 feet and an average body weight of 100 pounds. The largest species, without argument, is the southern elephant seal. These behemoths can grow to over 19 feet long and weigh north of 8,200 pounds. The southern elephant seal is also the largest animal in the entire carnivora order, a group that includes the cat, dog, hyena, and bear families. Polar bears, the largest land carnivores, hardly ever reach 2,000 pounds. Regardless of their size, earless seals are masterful long-distance swimmers. Their bodies are markedly more streamlined than walruses and otariids, and their hind flippers work in tandem with their sideways wriggling motion to propel them forward. Their front flippers are used for steering. These anatomical features and patterns of movement lend themselves to a very natural and energy-efficient way of traveling. Top speeds across the species range between 14 and 23 miles per hour, with the gray seal, Halicoeris gryphus, being among the fastest. That said, speed is not the aim of the game for true seals. Their main thing is energy efficiency, going further with as little exertion as possible. This is why they can travel and forage further from land than other pinniped families. Unfortunately, this energy efficiency comes at a tremendous cost to seals' terrestrial movements. They are extremely clumsy on land and completely vulnerable as a result. Their rigid hind flippers have one specialty function, and walking ain't it. On land, they crawl on their bellies and use their front flippers and abdominal muscles to inch forward or sideways. Naturally, this limited land mobility is a big insecurity for them, and they never stray too far inland. Any sign of predators or a perceived threat will see most seals wriggle frantically for refuge in the water. Speaking of predators, do seals have any? Well, yes. On land, they are famously preyed upon by polar bears. However, other bear species, wolves, coyotes, and even birds of prey may take their chances with smaller seal species or pups. In the water, they have to worry about large sharks like the tiger and great white, as well as killer whales, bigger true seals, and sea lions. Then, of course, there are humans. People have hunted seals for thousands of years for their meat, bones, and oils. The extinct Caribbean monk seal, Monachus tropicalis, which was targeted for its rich blubber, is a major casualty of overhunting, and a few other species have had their populations severely strained. Sea lions. Now let's talk about sea lions. Like their earless cousins, sea lions go by several names. Many folks refer to them as eared seals or fur seals. You can also use Otariid or Otary if you want to sound a bit more learned. However, speaking in the strictest terms, a sea lion is any member of the Otarini subfamily under the Otariidae family. Fur seals are under the Arachocephalini subfamily. The name Otariid is derivative of the Greek Otarion, which translates to little ear, a reference to their protruding ear flaps. These ear flaps are known to experts as pinni, the plural for pinna. There are 6 species today, distributed among 5 genera. The Japanese sea lion, Zolophus japonicus, went extinct in the 70s due to overhunting for its fat and hide, making it the only modern species to die out. Unlike true seals, sea lions prefer the warm to temperate waters of subpolar oceans. The North Atlantic is a major exception to this rule, as no sea lions live there. Otariids emerged later than true seals. Earliest fossils date back to sometime in the Miocene, about 16 million years ago. The Otoria crypta, whose fossils have been found off the coast of California, is the oldest known otary species. Sea lions are believed to have originated in the North Pacific, later spreading out and diversifying into the southern hemisphere. Like seals, sea lions vary from species to species, but some key similarities remain. Their pinny and their short, rough fur are some of the similarities, as are their rotational hind flippers, which allow them to walk with their flippers, rather than just crawl on their bellies. Of course, they are still at their most mobile when they are in the water. They are very graceful and powerful swimmers, boasting impressive speed and agility. Sea lions are often seen cruising at speeds of 18 miles per hour, but they can kick it into high gear and hit speeds of 35 miles per hour to chase prey or escape predators. Sea lions are highly voracious predators that can eat 5 to 10% of their weight in food. They eat a variety of prey to cater to these high nutritional demands. Fish, cephalopods, krill, seals, and turtles are the most common meals. Sea lions will also raid fishermen's catches and even poach fish from your line. The smallest species is the Galapagos sea lion, Zolophus wallabici, which can range between 110 and 880 pounds in weight and top out at 8.2 feet. The largest is Eumetopius ubatus, the stellar sea lion. Males of this giant species can weigh nearly 2,500 pounds, with females a third of the size. Sea lions are very social and often hunt collaboratively, but the peak of their social life is during breeding periods. Big bulls jostle for control of a beach or a rock and the choice of resident females. Only a few males get to breed, so the privilege is hotly contested. Females frantically try to save their pups from being crushed by the warring bulls, while frequently dipping into the water to cater to their young's growing appetites. So what's the difference between the two? For starters, there is sociability. Seals are pretty much solitary except during breeding and rearing babies. Their communication is largely restricted to grunts. Sea lions are more social. They often hunt together, collaborating in herding schools of fish toward each other. Playing with each other is another common form of bonding. They have a broader range of communication that includes barks and yelps. They may live in herds of up to 2,000 individuals. Next, we have mobility. Sea lions are built for speed and agility in the water. They can pursue the quickest of prey and turn on a dime. Their front flippers are heavily involved in propulsion, and their rotating hind limbs can help with steering. Seals, on the other hand, are built for endurance and energy efficiency. Front flippers steer, and rear flippers provide propulsion. On land, sea lions' hind legs allow for a more vertical posture and a waddle that is much closer to walking than anything seals can do. So next time you see a pinniped performing tricks and acrobatics at an aquarium or zoo, it's probably a sea lion. Next is their ears. True seals have no protrusions around their ear holes. Sea lions, in contrast, have ear flaps, or pinnet. Front flippers are another telltale aesthetic sign that you probably didn't know about. Seals have short, stubby front flippers, which points to their role in steering when swimming. Sea lions have far longer, flappier front flippers than their cousins. Then we have habitat. If you're in or near the North Atlantic or the polar oceans, you are 95% more likely to see true seals than sea lions. If you're in the tropics, you're more likely to see sea lions, though monk seals are pretty common there too.